What's up, everybody? It's Jang here from LegoJang.com. That's the place to follow everything that I do Lego related. I'm here with Dragon Bolt set number 44009. This is one of the biggest, baddest baddies from the entire Brain Attack saga. All right, here we go. The spread of the parts that are included with this set. I'm gonna quickly just pan through these so you can see them a little bit more closely. You got bone parts, nothing new here, no new shapes, no new color combinations we haven't had before. These are all things we've had before. These are all things we've had before. A bunch of Technic lift arm pieces are used in this. They give you a whole lot of miscellaneous little pieces, little Technic pins and adapters and connectors and stuff. There is a hero core here, and that's because they put all of the game codes on the back of hero cores. Now here we start to get into some things that we've not had in these colors before. So these are pieces, we've had these previously. I've got a ton of those in gold, I believe a pearl gold. Those are pearl gold was the color that I used on my Dragon Bolt mock. You can find a couple videos on my mock on my channel. Just search up Dragon Bolt. These we have not had in this color before, so this is a nice vibrant blue color. And we got some of these in yellow. I don't think this is a new color for these, but it's the first time I've had them in yellow. These have been out for a little while, these extra long barbs, and they're kind of a little bit flexible. For body pieces, we have one of the smallest torso pieces, the tiny little one, XT4, and then one of the largest ones. So this is for the extra large characters. I'll get to these things up here last. Bunch of Voltix, Speed of Demon, whatever, you know, these electrical pieces. This is from Raja had those, and some other characters had those. Feet we've had previously. One single foot just used for as an adapter piece, basically as a Technic adapter. Single large body, old style torso chest armor piece in black. All of these armor pieces we've had before, so I'm really not gonna spend any time looking at those. This is number 3s and number 5. Here's your head, your inner head piece with the transparent neon greenish yellow, and then finally these are new. So this is a new mold, and this is exclusive for this character, for Dragon Bolt. This is his outer head kind of carapace piece, and you can see that we don't really have many options for connecting things. In fact, there's only one official option. It's a single axle piece, so we'll see how that ends up getting put together. And then here we have the new brain bug or brain parasite thingy in a exclusive color just for Dragon Bolt. So we've got a combination of this very light blue, which is a translucent color here, and then it kind of mixes back here with a yellow, and I think it's just a mix. You can see a little bit more here of just how opaque the yellow by itself is, but there's only a couple spots where it hasn't mixed. And then white as the accent color for these two little bumps that stick up that you can hit to disable them, and also coming through for the eyes. So pretty cool looking there. You know, went with some different non-primary colors, and I appreciate that. We'll see how it all works out. Now it is time for the speed build, so we can get this together and see what it looks like completed. Here we go. There he is, Dragon Bolt. 149 pieces officially, all put together. And there are a couple of things here that stand out to me immediately upon checking out the finished character. First off, it's significantly smaller than it was to scale in the little TV episode, or the CGI animation. It's much, much smaller. The wings are probably a third of the size, if not a quarter. The tail is dramatically shorter, but everything else is the same. So they just took the parts that had a lot of repetition and extra length, and they shortened those down. Yeah, so that's different. You know, we could see that already in the pictures before even getting the final set. But the second thing that I notice right away, to me, that strikes me, is that it's still an awesome character. So I really expected that reducing the size of this character down was going to make it not as cool. And I think that with the final head mold, the way that it goes together with the articulation, with the ability to make this stance here that they put on the cover, kind of the cover art or photograph for him, it's pretty bad. It's definitely impressing me. So what we've seen before of him was him coming down on all four legs like this, and you can see it's very simple and very easy, a direct. Oops, this just popped off. These high friction joint pieces are fresh, so they're still a little bit too high in friction. Tail is a little bit on the short side, but that's a little bit more of what we're used to seeing of him, and he flies a little bit more like that, kind of swings the legs back, but you know, it's kind of the horizontal position for him. Dragon, you know, long in length, brighter in color than I expected, brighter in color than I think he looked in the animation. We've got the yellow color used throughout, which just stands out and makes him really stand out. You know, if you put this up against a shelf full of like superhero, supervillain kind of action figures and such, this one will still stand out. It still has that presence, not just in the design of it, but also the color. So nice and bright, and that's especially great for younger kids. Just, you know, stands out. Coverage of parts on this one is decent. It's not great. You know, they did get a pretty good continuation of covered parts going through here, you know, along the sides here, down the tail. The legs are fine. Looking at this from the side, not the greatest kind of look here from the side. The Technic pieces exposed, not the greatest look. The wings are actually okay. They're really short for the size of this dragon, but I think they look good. I think that the design that they came up with doesn't look like just a bunch of Technic pieces to me. Like it kind of looks proper. It kind of looks made for this character. And you can move these pieces kind of forward and back, so you can kind of tuck them in for more of a diving position. Let me see if I can zoom this out just a little bit more. You know, when he's diving down from above, and then when he needs to gain extra length, kind of just pushes them out, and it gives him, kind of slows him down, but it gives him extra length, so he kind of swooshes down like that. And maybe you can use that when he's landing. Speaking of the wings and motion, just like with the mock that I did, I think I had the benefit of CGI rendering for that one, so I think I got the mechanism here down pretty well. But they actually have a decent button, like a nice button with a couple of system parts used there. They do have this rubber band. It's that white rubber band from Technic. I didn't show that in the parts in the beginning, but it's a piece we've had before, and you just push straight down on this and it makes the wings, it's still a little bit stiff here, but there we go. There's the action. It makes the wings go up and down. And the nice thing about having the shorter wings is that they're not flopping around. You know, you can hold it like this and just look at that. It has a lot of life to it, you know, and it goes pretty easily. You kind of have to have a large-ish hand. I think smaller kids might have a little bit of trouble with this. Might want to put a hand underneath and then just push down with a thumb from the top like that if your hand is smaller. So, but it still works out. See, that works really great. It's stable. It's not flopping around. You can bat the wings really quickly, or you can do it more slowly. There's a little bit of springiness to it, but that's a really good action that they've added here. I think it's one of the best motion actions that they've put in any Hero Factory character or figure to date, I think, and it's so appropriate. It's perfect for this character. So look at the head a little bit more. The head. I like the head. I like the head a lot. The way that it integrates together with the parasite, the attacking little brain bug thing there. I think it's great. It just makes for a nice continuous, look at that, like swooping whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Just goes back down into the neck area perfectly. I think this is the best use of the tail of any of the Brain Attack series figures, where it just goes along that neck, and then you've got this is covered from the side well enough, and then you've got these armor pieces here which fit together with it, and you've got a little bit of the yellow, the greenish yellow color coming in there. The mouth that opens, that's great, and it opens wide. Look at that, look how far he can really just bite into a very large character. And you can really trap. There's some friction in there, so you can actually trap something in there and actually try to pick it up with that, and it's holding on pretty well. It's holding on very well, actually, with those little small barbs in there. So this is pretty vicious, and the eyes do line up from the brain bug thing in there. They line up very nicely. Color scheme, I think, works out very well. I like this figure a lot more than I thought I would. I like this quite a lot, actually. I think this is a very successful villain character. Again, I'm a little bit disappointed in the small size of it, but the action of the wings, the stability of the whole thing, the color scheme working together, I think that this is a very successful design. I'm happy for Lego what they've done with this one. I think they should be proud of this design. Was not difficult to put together on the bag. They say ages 8 to 16, but I'm positive that younger kids can definitely put this together. It does require some patience. It does require spending some time looking at the instructions, especially when you're putting together the roots of the feathers. Oops, down here. Of the wings right there. It's kind of gets a little bit convoluted, but you can definitely figure it out. It's not a super advanced build. It's not the simplest kind, so it does require some tricks, and they do teach you some things when you build this together, so that's good also. Just a good product overall, so I'm really happy about this one. That's Dragon Bolt from Wave 2 of Brain Attack from Hero Factory, just released for quote-unquote summer 2013. Came out in May, which is actually still spring, but that's how it works sometimes. Set number 44009. There's also a combination model between this and Surge, so I'll be building that once I've built up Surge, but for now, I'm gonna let you go, and I encourage you to come back soon to see more reviews and mocks as I do them. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for updates on the blog at legojang.com.